Hey guys, and thanks for stopping by the channel. Today, in the basic Star Citizen video that we have today, we are going to cover the ever-loved star map that we have. It's one of the most complained things, the most wanted items that's out there. And with that said, it's also one of the hardest items to kind of show new players how to navigate within Star Citizen. It's hard to explain to somebody that, hey, it's not you, it's the map, you got to do this, you got to do that, you're stuck, hey, I can't get to this point, I'm trying to get to this mission, I'm trying to jump to you guys, and it's just, you know, on and on and on and on, where you're always fighting this map. And today I wanted to talk about a few quick little tips, tricks that maybe will help you guys in the verse. So what I'm going to do, we're going to get out of this hangar real fast. You can see my trusty little Titan behind me. She's a little beat up, but she's a trusty old gal. So we're going to get out there and let's talk about that star map. Okay guys, we are in the map, and real fast, this video is going to more or less be for probably your person that's just getting into the verse. There might be a few things in and out of here that maybe you didn't know as a veteran player, or some trick or something I say that maybe you haven't tried that actually works. But these are the things that I've learned through the years of playing this game and navigating this map. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to the new map, but this is probably what we have for a little bit longer, so let's figure out how to use this, right? So first things, if you hold down the right mouse button, you can kind of move your map around, right? Very simple. The middle mouse wheel lets you scroll in and out, and the left mouse button will let you select. If you double click, it'll zoom in on what you double clicked on, and then you can use your mouse wheel and you can scroll back out to get out where you need to be. Now real fast, let's say we want to go somewhere to, let's say we want to go to Yella, okay? So let's look for Yella. Now, right now, it gives us a point if we select it. It's giving us the green line showing us what route we're taking, right? And then you click select route, and that kind of locks it in. And this gives you how long it takes. So what we need to do, if you don't get this line, this is the big issue, right? Let's say this line doesn't populate. Let's say this doesn't pop up. You've tried everything. You tried double clicking on it. You've tried selecting it. It's just not you're clearing your route. It's not popping up. Always try to select another route. Select it, see if that will select first. Also, always try double clicking on it, letting it pull up the whole thing, and then selecting as well. Now for the second thing, if that doesn't actually work, the next thing you can try doing is looking for OM markers, right? And what's an OM marker? An OM marker is the orbital markers. There's 6 of them around the planet. You'll have 4 on the hemisphere, and then you'll have the 2 on the poles. So you'll always have like 6 markers to try to find. Now, what does that look like? Okay, so let's say we're out here, and let's say it was not letting me jump to Yella, right? Well, what you want to look for is these orbital markers. So you spool up your drive. You should know how to do that already. So once your drive is spooled up, you're looking for these orbital markers, right? So is that an orbital marker? No, that's a planet. So you're looking for these orbital markers. Now, if they're not popping up, it means that there's something wrong in the map that needs to be cleared. You should be looking for them all around. And if you don't see them showing up around, then there's an issue going on, right? So you go back into your map and always make sure you clear. Even if there's nothing showing up, make sure you click that clear button. So we go back out and look. There's our orbital marker. These are the markers that you're looking for if you're having issues. You always want to try to jump to that or jump to another type of point, and that should allow you. So if we jump over here to OM5, quick jump. Now we can go back into our map, and that should now allow you to select a different route. And that should allow you to pull up. Usually when you're around the OM markers, that allows you to pull it up. So that's kind of like a first little tip trick that helps you when navigating, right? Okay, now let's talk about not taking direct paths, right? Because as you can see, things like this happen where you're in these little quantum snare events, and it means that people have a ship that can pull you out of quantum drive and kind of, you know, you can get pirated here. So I'm going to talk about like how to avoid that type of thing, and it's by not taking direct paths. Like I just selected it and took from an OM point to Yella, right? And that's a direct path. So what you want to do is, let's say maybe you want to go to yellow, right? But you need to take a different path. So what you can do is you can do anything. You can take a different line to yellow. So what you can do is maybe select Selin. And what you'll do is you'll quantum a little bit out here. So I'll actually show you that right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump out. We have our point. There's Selin. So what we'll do is in the middle of quantum, we'll just stop quantuming. We'll turn all quantum off. Okay, so there we go. We're jumping a little bit. Let's get a few thousand kilometers, and then we're gonna just hold down the quantum button again. You can jump out. Like I said, you should know how to do the quantums by now if you're watching this. So now we're gonna click. Now we're gonna click on yellow. And now we are taking an indirect path to yellow, and that will keep you out of some of the quantum snare events because you have to usually be within a 10-kilometer range. And this right here should keep you out of it. Now you can go a little further, or you can pick a point outside the system, jump a little further, and then jump to it. Now one thing to note though, if you are outside the system ring, it will make you jump to the main planet first. So say you're out here and you want to jump to Selin, it's not going to let you jump straight to Selin. It's going to make you jump to Crusader and then back to Selin. The way to stop that is when you're going, if you're watching yourself on the map, you can jump out right about here, and once you're inside the rings, it'll let you take a direct path to Selin. So the little tip there. Okay guys, and one of the last little tips and tricks I wanted to go over with you guys on this is when you are jumping to another player, now I don't have anybody on right now to actually show you this particularly in person, but when you are jumping to another player, right? One thing you want to make sure is the players that you're jumping to, make sure they are stopped. Make sure the player that you're jumping to is not in motion. And the reason why is right now there's a big bug with it, and I think it was something they've worked on and off, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But if they're moving and you go to jump to them, there's like a 50-50 chance you might end up going through the planet. I cannot tell you how many times I have gone and went right through the planet because the person I was jumping to was kind of moving, or not necessarily quantuming, but maybe they're just flying to a point. Maybe they jumped in first and then they're flying to your destination and then you're trying to jump to them. Make sure they stop and let you jump to them before y'all proceed. And that pretty much stops it 99% of the time, but it's real important to go with that. And another thing, always make sure you're watching your quantum fuel. You don't want to be stuck out in the middle of nowhere. You're going to be having somebody have to come log in and come and get you. There's, refueling's technically not really in the game per se right now, and there's not many people playing it, especially in, the Stanton system. So definitely keep an eye out on that. You always want to top off anytime you can. But yeah, guys, I'm not going to drag this video out. I just wanted to give you a couple tips and tricks on this. Like I said, the main one, if you're having trouble with this map, if you're having trouble navigating, always stop. Make sure you've cleared everything off your map. You spool up your drive. If stuff isn't popping up, kill your drive and then start it back up again. Look for those OM points. The OM points are going to be your friends when you're trying to navigate. Sometimes you just take the long way around to get it to work accurately versus trying to fight to jump to maybe the point you're really trying to get to. It just will save you a ton of time in the long run if you just look for those points. But hey guys, if you have any other tips and tricks, I would seriously love something maybe that will help everybody out. Please leave them in the comments. I'd love to hear what they are. Any help we can give, especially new players or even myself, to find a better way to navigate this sometimes is a great thing, right? So thanks for sticking around. Thanks for the support, guys, as always. And I will see you on the next video.